Hi, welcome back to Slurpin' Joe's Noodle Lollapalooza. Now we cover all kinds of instant noodles, cup ramens, whatnot on our channel, but this time this actually is our first time we're covering Soba, instant Soba. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you folks, Soba is not my favorite noodle, but golly, this looks good. Now, as you can see, this soup is a bit more on the thicker side, although I honestly think it could go a little bit more thicker. I do love my thick curry when it comes to noodles, especially curry udon. Oh my god, it's so good because it just sticks to the noodle. So we're gonna have to see if this curry is going to do the same to these soba noodles. And there's also the addition of some meat in here, although when I was mixing around, I have completely lost track of whatever tiny meat we can find, but I'm sure it will resurge. Anyway, without further ado, let's just try it. We'll go the soup first. We'll take a little slurp. Oh. Ah, yes. This is one of the better curries I've had. One of the really shocking things about this instant noodle is that this came with a freaking block of Japanese curry roux. Now that was incredibly unusual. I've never seen an instant noodle give you a whole block of roux. So I had a good feeling it was going to taste really good, and taste good it is. Let us try the noodles this time, the main star of the show. Let's go. Buckwheat going in. Oh yeah. Wow. This is a really homey noodle. I feel good eating this. Like today's kind of a miserable rainy day. So this is kind of just brightening up the mood, giving me a good old jolly old cheer. And I got to tell you, this is pretty solid. Like, I'm, again, not a huge fan of instant soba or soba for the matter. It is the lowest ranked noodle in my hierarchy, but it is not disappointing me here. If you like noodles, if you like soba noodles in particular, you are probably gonna love this. I gotta go in for a little bit more. Oh man. So, let's talk about the curry a little bit, because although it looked like there was a lot of things going on in there, like there was already the powdery base that was in the noodles already. There was the freaking curry roux, that's two. And then on top of that, it was a little freaking spice packet. Now, I don't really know how much this like actually enhanced it, but ooh, it is like, it's not spicy in a heat sense, but you can taste a lot of different spices going on. Oh, this is it's on the tip of my tongue. There's this one spice in particular, and I mean quite literally too. I can feel it on my tongue. Oh man. If I remember suddenly, I will make sure to report it. But this is not spicy at all in the traditional heat sense. It is hot, but that's because it's, of course, you use hot water. But I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, the curry tastes really good. Like, I've had Japanese curry, and oftentimes the flavors tend to be a little more mellow, a little bit more light. But this one's packing a punch here. Like, especially in the spice compartment. There's I think I know what it is. I think it's 5 spice, like Chinese, like peppery kind of spice. But it really lingers on your tongue. So like you get a little bit of a tingle, almost like a little citric tingle, and it kind of just lingers there. And it's not a bad lingering. It's kind of nice. It's like you don't feel alone. Let's go that way, as I say very lonesomely. But this is a great instant noodle, especially soba wise. Okay, wait. Forget talking. I gotta consume a little bit more, and I also gotta dig for this this mystery meat too. Gotta find that for y'all. It's so warm. It's so filling. It's honestly, it feels like soul food, really, which is weird. I think it's quite weird. So we found a topping. This, I don't know what this is. This kind of looks like a noodle, a longer version of a noodle. Well, let's see. Oh, wait. No, that's meat. Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's 100% meat. But that was incredibly tender. Like I feel like that was a chunk of meat. Like as you can see in the picture here, like this is definitely not what it looks like. It might be because I put a little bit less water than you're supposed to. I kind of like doing that. But yeah, it's much thicker than the picture. It's a lot more viscous. It's a lot more opaque. Let's put it that way. The curry is strong in this. Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't look anything like it. But the meat, that meat was nice. It was really nice. So it's 100% pork, and it was so tender. Like okay, we got a little bit more here. I saw it peeking out, and it looks like as we were mixing it, it definitely got shredded up a little bit. There we go. A nice look at it. A nice focus on this piece, this triangular piece of pork. But okay. That's amazing, actually. It just straight up tastes like I just cooked it and put it in here. And it was just like incredibly thinly sliced. Wow. That actually might be one of the better meats that I've had in like my instant noodle adventure. I'm legitimately shocked right now. That was an amazing piece of pork. Like I can't even call that mystery meat. It's like so distinctly pork. I'm amazed right now. All right, I'm going in for some more. And also, dear viewers, I apologize if all this perhaps ASMR slurping is turning you off. I will put a little warning. I think like my verbal warning of I'm going in is a good indicator of maybe take out your earbuds for like 5 seconds or something like that, you know? But comment down below what you think. If it's actually not that bad, then yeah, let me know. If it's terrible, then maybe I'll cut it and put it all at the end for one like festival of slurps per se. But this instant this instant soba. I'm so used to saying yakisoba that like it instinctually came out. Or came. Did I really just say that? It instinctually came out. I'm sorry, my English perhaps is lacking fluency today. But I'm honestly amazed. I'm very shocked. I had lower expectations just based off of how I like soba. But this one's really good. I didn't quite get this in the recording because I'm recording this after I've freaking eaten it. But there was another topping you can see in this picture. This beautiful, fluffy, yellow egg here. Oh my god. I wish I actually reviewed this live. But I found it at the bottom as I was finishing the curry, and oh my god. It was probably the best egg I've ever had in an instant ramen. This stuff was like, because usually when you see it in a cup ramen, it's spongy, you know. The egg, the texture is a little weird, but it actually is kind of nice in soup. But this one, whew, this was fluffy. It's as if they just scrambled an egg fresh and just plopped it in here. Oh, it was great. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, continue. Ace Cook, I usually don't have this brand either, so maybe it's because I'm unfamiliar with the brand, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. This is amazing. I'm so glad I bought it. It's like soba is usually a turnoff for me, but this one's peaking hard, and like I think it's the curry roux, man. Like because it thickens the soup. The soup is properly clinging on to the noodles. I was a little worried it wouldn't cling on that much. Like look at this. This thing's freaking glistening. Like, you know there's soup on here. It's pretty amazing. Okay, wait. I'm sorry if I'm taking frequent slurp breaks, but give me a rest. It's an emphasis of how good this is. Ooh. Yeah, this is satisfying. Yeah, this like I was feeling a little cold today again. Today's a rainy, miserable day. And I feel warm. I feel warm and fuzzy inside right now. Partly because this is of course hot, but it just feels good. It feels good like as if I ate soul food. And I'm like kind of just reminiscing about the past. Great instant noodle here. I think I'll wrap this up. So like my previous one, the roast soy sauce cup ramen. That one's ramen. This one's soba. That one was pretty good. But this one's a notch higher. I feel like, oh man, it's kind of hard. Like I know this is definitely an 8 out of 10 at least because of how tasty the soup is, how viscous it is, how it's clinging on to the noodles and that transportation of soup to my mouth via the slurp. It's beautiful. It all comes together like an orchestra performing Beethoven's Fifth. It's amazing. And like 8 out of 10, I feel like it's not doing it justice. So I think this might be like an 8.5. I don't think I can go so far as 9 because when I get to like that kind of level, I'm like, yo, 9 out of 10, I can eat 10 of these in a row and like it. Now this is a bit on the heavier side, as is expected with a whole block of roux for this tiny cup. So for that reason, I think, okay, wait, that kind of goes twofold, right? Like this is incredibly filling, which is also a great thing. But I think what I'm trying to say is as much as I like this right now, because it's so heavy, I can only eat so much of it. I will not like go right into another one, which is good for my wallet, of course, but I don't think it's as addicting as other instant noodles can be. And I think for that reason, I'll call this like an 8.5 out of 10. This was amazing. Probably one of the best curry-based ones I've had so far. I am legitimately surprised. Very happy with the outcome of this instant noodle. But I guess that'll do it for today's review. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. Perhaps I enjoyed it a little bit more. After all, you guys are vicariously watching it. But let's end this review off with a little piece of delicious pork. Ah, yes. Concluding with the masterpiece. It's so good. I don't know how they did it. The pork's amazing. But thank you all so much. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.